Hi there, welcome to Black Gumbo. We're going to talk about cowpeas today. Okay, so cowpeas are a legume that it's one of the oldest cultivated crops in mankind's history. And they originate in Africa, as many of the oldest things do. And they're very good and very nutritious and very helpful for difficult locations, difficult soils. And they're also very good for areas where food is hard to come by. And that's because a cowpea will grow in sandy soil. It doesn't need a lot of water. And that's why I grow them here, and in the south they're popular because they grow through our hot summers. So if you've got a summer where the cicadas are singing out there in the tree, it's 100 degrees, the humidity is 98, and it's just drenched outside and it's hot and you don't want to be out there, you don't want to be picking weeds, you don't want to be gardening. Take your summer break and plant your cowpeas. Not only will they form a good crop for you, give you something good to eat, but they also form a cover crop. They suppress weeds. The nodules on the roots of the cowpeas fix nitrogen from the air, fix it in the soil. So when you cut down your cowpeas, you can leave them there, you can mulch them in, but leave the roots behind because those roots are where you're going to have the most benefit to your soil in the future. Those roots will break down and actually become a green compost and will amend your soil. Now, I like to plant purple hull pink eyes because my family likes them. They're traditional in our family. My wife's family comes from Arkansas. My family passed passed through East Texas and central coastal Texas, and cowpeas have always been part of the family. My mother's side of the family is Scottish, and they come through Canada, then to Houston, and it's tradition for them to enjoy cowpeas in the forms of New Year's black-eyed peas. Apparently it's good luck or something. I don't believe in luck, but hey, that's what we do. We eat black eyes. How to prepare black eyes. You can dry them. You can dry the beans. Yard-long beans in China are also cowpeas. So there's a number of ways you can fix them. The whole plant's edible. But I like my cowpeas shucked and boiled for a long time with a big hunk of ham hock in there. You can also dry them and then reconstitute them. Drying the beans on the bush or drying them shucked on flat trays. You can preserve them virtually indefinitely. In Africa, it's popular, well, in all over the world, it's popular to ground them into flour or paste or into meal, make curries with them. And I've seen videos in Africa where they grind them into a paste and make patties out of them and fry them. I haven't tried that, but it sounds really good. So it's a very versatile food. It's very good for you, very delicious, lots of nutrition in there. So try some cowpeas. The way we plant our cowpeas is we just put them in rows, a couple, maybe an inch down in good soil, give them a good start. They come up in a matter of days and they just grow. Real easy to grow. I do thin them a bit, but I haven't thinned mine yet. I've got an 8x4 plot going and a 4x4 plot, so that's a lot of cowpeas. And eventually I'm going to have my entire garden covered in cowpeas for the summer, just as a cover crop. And that will ensure that we're in all kinds of good food through the summer, and I can take a break from being out there and just let the cowpeas take over. So what are we growing this year? I'm growing Ozark Razorback. Ozark Razorback is a bicolor. Ozark Razorback. Ozark Razorback is a bicolor bean. It's half brown, half white. It's kind of cool. There's a Holstein variety, and it's a black and white bean. There are speckled beans. Grape speckled palipy was the very first variety I ever grew. It was an African variety, found in Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, found it in a market in Africa, and I grew those. They were delicious. They were wonderful, big, plump cowpeas. I've grown white cowpeas. I forgot the name of them, but they were very similar to zipper creams. They may have even been zipper creams. Those are very popular in my household. I've grown purple hulls. I've grown all kinds of cowpeas, and I love them. I am going to grow one of these days a tan or a leather colored, a coffee colored cowpea, and I'm going to use that one to make the meal and the flour that you see them make in Africa, and see if I can't make some of those patties and see how those taste. So very versatile bean. You just plant them, they grow. Thin them to about a foot apart because they're going to get pretty big. Most cowpeas are bushes, and they do tend to vine out a lot, though. So you'll just want to keep them trimmed back if you need them to be trimmed back. Otherwise, let them sprawl, and they'll begin producing in the heat of summer. Now you pick a cowpea if you want fresh beans when they're young, and when the pods are plump. If you want to dry the beans, wait at least until the pods begin to dry out, and then you can pick them and dry them out of the husk. Or if you really want to go old school, you just leave them on the plant and pick them when they're nice and crispy and they begin to open up. And well, you can do that, and you can pick them fresh because they're so prolific, they just keep producing. So try some cowpeas. They're really wonderful and a wonderful crop, and I think you'll enjoy them. That's what we're doing here this summer. You can follow our progress, and as soon as we have some cowpeas being harvested, I'll let you know. Check this out. Here's my cowpeas, and I want to show you what happens in your garden when you don't mulch. So I've sown these seeds a couple weeks ago. Now they've sprouted. They're putting on their real leaves. They're off to a good start. I probably should thin them out, but I haven't mulched yet because I wanted to see where these came up. Well, you can see all in there. There's little weeds sprouting up, and that wouldn't happen when I put mulch in. So I'm going to weed this, I'm going to pull up all those little weeds, all those sprouts, and come back in and mulch over that, and that will suppress them, and we won't have a weed problem. So what you can see here is I've really packed on the mulch here. It's a good thick layer. There's a little bit of compost mixed in that'll break down eventually, but yeah, that ought to keep those weeds down and give these cowpeas a chance to grow. And once these cowpeas get thick, this will be a jungle in here. I'm going to have to thin these out, but these will suppress weeds themselves while giving nutrients to the soil. They're nitrogen fixers. If you've ever had black-eyed peas, you've had cowpeas. There are several varieties. This particular one is Ozark Razorback. It's a bicolored pea. It's a very good one. Those over there that we just looked at, those are purple hull pink eyes, and I've mulched them in too, and we're ready for growing. Well, thanks for joining me on Black Gumbo. Please subscribe to our channel, like our videos, give us a thumbs up, and comment. We really love your comments. I like to chat with you guys. It's been really nice. So take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.